What's up, everybody? I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor. They are linked in the description to this video, so you guys can go check out the good work that they do. So for today, Storm System Carter is trekking on eastward and stirring up quite a bit of trouble as it goes. We've had damaging winds and quite a few tornadoes this morning, and that threat is ongoing, so we're going to take a peek and see what the remainder of the day is going to look like. And then we've got another round into tomorrow for the southeast as Carter rages forward. Another round of storms expected to start through the Kansas City area and then track all the way down through the southeast into tomorrow afternoon. And then Thursday, that's going to finally start to make its way off of the coast. But we do have another risk for you guys, as well as another potential storm system that's going to move in right behind Carter. So we're going to take a look at our future jet stream and talk a little bit about that. But before we get into our weather, as usual, our upcoming events come first. So the first and only of those is going to be the Beacon Grand Opening. This is going to be in Aurora, Colorado. So if you're out in the Colorado area vacationing or just need a reason to head out to Colorado, come see us there. It's going to be April 14th at 14200 East Moncrief Place. And I can't say this enough, you guys will have a chance to win a new UTV. So again, come on out, say hello to us out in Colorado, and enter yourself in that raffle or whatever it is to win a new UTV. So now into yesterday. So we had a pretty active day through the Central Plains and then through the southern Mississippi Valley. Plenty of hail to go around, plenty of wind to go around as well. I know DFW got popped by quite a few wind-driven hailstorms last night, and that continued to race eastward and then banded up into that line that you guys might know about if you watched our forecast yesterday. We talked about kind of those singular cells that were going to form all that hail, and then as they consolidated and formed into a more organized thunderstorm line, tracking eastward, and then you can see those wind reports start to pick up through Louisiana, and then the Jackson, Mississippi area got a few tornado reports as well as wind and hail. Same with south central Alabama. So, and then that's going to continue into today. Another little surprise storm, I guess, happened in Florida. So we had the instability through the peninsula into yesterday. We got quite a few quarter reports that came in through the southern part of the state, but then all of a sudden up near Sebring we had a pretty decent storm. So we're going to take a look at that here on our hailstorm highlight. So it was a 3-star map through Sebring, Florida, and through Avon Park. So here it is. We got our quarters started out, and then it quickly ramped up all the way to 2.5 inches, which was our max size for the storm. Continued to move up through the northeast and moved off and tapered off. But in that period of time, we got over 12,000 homes that were impacted by this storm. So again, made it a 3-star map, kind of came out of nowhere, but it definitely latched onto all the instability that was through the area, and we got tennis balls with one of our Florida storms through yesterday. So that was kind of an interesting little weather fact from the last 24 hours, but it's going to continue to be interesting over the next 24 hours, okay? So we've got clearing through the south central plains behind Storm System Carter, but then through the southeast here, we've got this cold front that's continuing to surge to the east, and with that, we're getting this line of storms with it. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch out, or actually this is a tornado watch for the southeast into this afternoon. That's going to be for up to 70-mile-an-hour winds, as well as scattered tornadoes possible. A couple of those could be strong. We have already had some confirmed tornadoes into this morning, and you can see on this band just a lot of spin that's been happening over the past few hours. So that's going to continue to rage eastward through Mississippi, through Alabama, through Georgia, and even Florida, and with that, we'll continue to see some severe activity into today. The rest of us, like I said, cool and dry. So 42 degrees in Denver, 77 in Dallas, 82 degrees in Houston. So not so bad once you get down into the southern plains, and not so bad once you're out east of Carter, 85 degrees in Miami, 57 in Atlanta, but you're going to have a sharp cutoff to that nice warm weather once this system tracks through, and then it should recover and warm up quick for you guys over the next couple of days, but you're going to see a quick temperature drop as that cold front passes through. In our current dew points, you can even see where Carter is right now and where that line of storms is tracking eastward, where you get this cutoff between the deep greens there, and then it starts to lighten up a little bit in terms of dew points. So 66-degree dew points in Tallahassee, moving our way up to 59 in Birmingham. So again, those 2 points do drop off a little bit as that dry air comes out of the northwest with storm system Carter as it tracks through. So then that's going to contribute, as usual, our heat, our humidity, all contributes to the instability that we're going to continue to see this afternoon with that band of storms. So where that gap is, that's where we're going to see our current rain band, and it's going to keep moving eastward into this area of instability here. So down in the Florida Panhandle, we do have some moderate to high values around the Tallahassee area, and then notably through the Florida Peninsula, we're going to continue to see those moderate to high values throughout today. That was by 5 p.m., so by end of your workday, and normally near the peak heating of the day. And as that system races eastward, it will move through that area of instability, and then we'll start to see those values go down a little bit. So all of that comes together here on our future radar. So we do have multiple areas of risk today. Most active is going to be through the southeast, and that's where we're seeing those lines of storms. But we also do have a risk area through the Kansas City, Springfield, and St. Louis area there between 44 and 70. And then we've also got a chance for some hail through southwest Texas into today. It's going to be very scattered, but it could produce some larger stones. So our Mississippi Valley risk here is going to start around 5 p.m. We're seeing those singular storms forming just north of I-70 through the Kansas City area. Those are going to develop pretty quickly, and then by 8 p.m. we're trucking along. We're getting a line of storms starting to develop and pushing its way southwestward into the Oklahoma area as well as southeast Kansas. They're going to continue to band up, and then by 1 a.m. we've got this front line of storms, and that's going to be pretty intense as it moves southeastward. And then we've got a back end line of storms that's going to be mostly showers and loud thunder as well. That's going to continue on by 6 a.m. and then we'll have our secondary risk through the southeast tomorrow from this system as it continues to move along. Then down into the southeast, the most active area for today. We've already got all these showers that are moving along, more than showers, honestly. They're pretty intense thunderstorms right now through the Atlanta area, as a lot of rain, loud thunder, and some gusty winds. And then our most severe area is going to be down in south central Alabama. As that continues eastward, we will see it moving into the Tallahassee area by around 5 p.m. Central time or Eastern time. And then it's going to move into the east coast of South Carolina at the same time there. And then a couple of these end bands of storms could break off, become a little more singular, and produce a hail threat for us today. But this line is mostly going to be wind as it treks eastward. Trend is continuing by 6 p.m. So now we're moving into the Savannah, Georgia area, and we're pretty much in and out of Tallahassee around the 6 p.m. hour, still with a couple of those singular cells moving through. And then a few hours later, we're into the Jacksonville area by 10 p.m. Eastern time, and then most of the rest of us are going to be in the clear as the storm system starts to track off the coast. And then we wait for that round 2 into tomorrow afternoon. So our forecast max hail size today, most of us are just going to see quarters, maybe some half dollars here or there. However, down in the Florida area where we're seeing a little bit of that higher instability, could be some golf balls here and there where we get that sea breeze interaction and all that good stuff. So could expect a golf ball or two from our storms into this afternoon. But again, most of us are going to be in the quarter to half dollar range. So if you guys are in that Mississippi Valley risk, quarters to half dollars for you, as well as through the southeast here. And then again, Florida could see a little bit of a larger hail threat into tonight, as well as West Texas. The hail threat is non-zero, but there's just a ton of stuff going on. So note that you could get severe hail into tonight, but it's going to be very scattered through southwest Texas into today. So if you guys are, again, along south of I-70 and between Springfield and St. Louis, there's a chance to get some quarters to half dollars with that band as it starts to develop into tonight. And then down through the southeast, all the way from New Orleans up into Columbus, low end chance of seeing hail, probably mostly going to be wind, potential tornadoes. We're going to talk about that in a second, but the chance of seeing quarters to half dollars is not ruled out. Same story for you guys all the way from Columbia down into Jacksonville. Could see a quarter or two. And then Miami's still a low-end chance of hail tonight because it's going to be pretty scattered. But if you do see hail, could be in the ping pong to golf ball size range with some of those stronger storms. Then into our wind forecast, that's going to be more prevalent into today. So extending that swath through the Mississippi Valley a little bit farther to the south as we start to see it band up a little bit and track southeastward. And then we do have another risk through the southeast. So again, St. Louis, Springfield, and keeping Kansas City just a little bit outside of the swath. Since it looks like things develop over you guys, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news for you guys in Kansas City roofing, but it looks like these things are going to be just developing to your southeast. So our wind swath is going to be extending from near the KC area to just northwest of Memphis for tonight, and then down into the southeast from New Orleans all the way up into Montgomery, a low-end chance, and we're extending this to right where that band is right now, where that wind threat is already moving through. So Montgomery, things are mostly out of your area by now, so dropping you guys down to a low-end risk for the rest of the day. Same with New Orleans, but the band has not quite tracked over Mobile fully yet. Same with Tallahassee, band hasn't moved over you guys yet, so a moderate chance of seeing some stronger winds into today. And then we could see really powerful straight line winds as well as potential tornadoes in between the Montgomery, Tallahassee area as well as through Savannah, through the Dothan, Georgia area. That's all possible. So if you're in that area, again, just stay very weather aware into tonight because it will be a very active evening and afternoon for you guys through that severe wind risk. So down into Tallahassee and Jacksonville, you're kind of on the south end of that band, so a moderate chance for you guys to see some gusty winds into tonight, but the bulk of it is really moving through that central swath. So same reasoning for you guys in Columbia and Wilmington, low end chance for you guys. So then into tomorrow, we get that first band moving off the coast, and then we get that second area moving through the north central Mississippi Valley, as well as into the southeast. So by noon, we're already starting to get that scattered thunderstorm development through Georgia, through Alabama, through Mississippi. A couple of those could be hailers. There is some good instability into tomorrow through the southeast, as well as high lapse rate, which just means that it's a good environment for hail growth into tomorrow. So watching these singular cells around noon tomorrow. And then as the day moves forward, we're going to see that quickly develop into almost in between a band and a cluster here through central Georgia and through southeastern Alabama. A few of those, again, could remain hailers, and we could start to see gusty winds ramping up by around 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And then as that treks eastward, it's going to be slow moving, and then we start to get this band of storms that begins to develop through the area as well. And with these, we could get some strong winds tracking through, as well as a second round of hail possible. That's going to continue to develop through the evening, and then by 10 p.m., looking more at that linear structure, making its way into Atlanta with some gusty winds, and then finally starting to track off of the coast by tomorrow morning. And then East Coast will have a risk, but the rest of us should be mostly in the clear after a very active beginning of the week. So for tomorrow's hail forecast, looking at quarters to half dollars possible anywhere where we're seeing that storm system move through, all the way including the southeastern panhandle of Florida, or the peninsula of Florida there, where we see, again, sea breeze interactions. So quarters to half dollars possible there, and then a little larger where we're getting that instability and those high Cape values for tomorrow. We could see a ping pong ball, maybe a golf ball or two through the area. Low end chances of hail because, again, it's very scattered. So like we talked about for Florida today, the presence of storms is going to be very few and far between, but a couple of those could be very powerful and produce some large hail as well as gusty winds. So Miami, Jacksonville, low end chance for you, same with Mobile. And then working our way up into the southeast, Birmingham, Atlanta, Columbia, Knoxville, Nashville. Any of you guys could see hail tomorrow. It's going to be a low end chance, but again, it's a non-zero chance for hail tomorrow, and some larger hail down through the southeast through Atlanta and Birmingham is possible. Then for wind, again, it's going to be a more prevalent wind day as we get that linear storm structure tracking through the southeast. So anywhere from Kentucky all the way down to Florida could see some gusty winds for tomorrow. So if you guys are in Mobile, Jacksonville, or Melbourne, low end chance for you guys, but then once we get up into where that line tracks through, we could see some better chances for some wind. So looks like the bulk of that is going to pass through Atlanta and Savannah. So a high end chance for you guys to see gusty winds tomorrow. There is also a moderate chance to see tornadoes through this area. So just again, be on the lookout for that. And then once we get farther north and the linear structure kind of starts to get a little messier, we'll have our chances drop down into the low end for anywhere from Lexington down into Charlotte, North Carolina. So then, after we get through tomorrow, we're going to have even more storm chances for you guys through Thursday, and then we could have a pretty big round of storms for next week as well. So for what we have right now, here's noon, here's where we're at right now on our future jet stream. We've got this baby trough. Storm system Carter is pushing this eastward through the southeast, and as it moves into that unstable environment, that's kind of causing our storms to, again, blow up as they move through the southeast. So this baby trough is our driver for today. That's going to continue to move eastward, and then by Tuesday, it should be starting to, by this afternoon, it should start to move through the very eastern part of the southeast. And then it's going to continue to move along, the first band moving off the coast by tonight, and then Storm System Carter really digs down into the central U.S., and then this big cold front could interact with that instability out ahead of it and could cause, again, our second round of storms for tomorrow. As that pushes eastward, it's going to continue to really develop, and geez, check out that low. If this was shifted into the Central Plains, it'd be crazy, but fortunately, it is off to the east, so we're going to get most of our storm development out in the Atlantic, and it won't really be of concern. We will still see some storms along the east coast for Thursday afternoon, but it should be pretty quickly moving off of the coast. So that's going to move eastward, and then there we are by Friday at 6. Storm System Carter should not be of a concern storm-wise for most of us, except for maybe Florida. And then we're watching this one coming out of the Pacific Northwest. This could be potential storm system Derek. So if you guys are familiar with our CEO, that's named after him. We're watching this for a potential another round of storms that could form into the beginning of next week. And this one could be a doozy, guys. So we're just going to want to keep our eyes on it. So finally, for our look ahead forecast into the next couple of days. So we talked about tomorrow, and now Thursday is really the only game in town for the center part of this week, or I guess the midweek, and then we should have a brief break for Friday and Saturday, and then we'll get going again towards the start of next week. But Thursday, like I said, East Coast risk and Florida with the remnants of Carter continuing to move off the coast, and then we should be mostly in the clear for the remainder of the week. So just keeping an eye on it as always, and spring has sprung. We're here. We're doing this. So if you guys want to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, you can do that. Get us on all of the social media, including TikTok, to see our office shenanigans. You can also hit See First on Facebook so you never miss when we go live. Same with the notification bell on YouTube. Then if you want to get in contact with us, you can call us at 855-334-4245 or email us at info@hailtrace.com. You can also check out our website, HailTrace.com, for more details on who we are and what we do. We'll keep you advised as always. But for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.